Hello everyone, I'm Major Jip, and today I'm going to be trying to save this Mario Paint cartridge. Now, this is going to be also a bit of a warning if you have any Super Nintendo cartridges, or pretty much any cartridge that has a battery in it. We kind of seem to be getting to the point in time where the little button cell batteries on the board are starting to leak, which is exactly what happened to this one. And this one looks like it's pretty bad. You could definitely see where it leaked and sort of corroded all around there. And it's even got rust up on this side. Yeah, corrosion all under there. So if you have any Super Nintendo games, I would really suggest taking the batteries out before they do this. Because Mario Paint, I mean, this is like a $7, $8 game. And I have a few of them. I kept buying Super Nintendo mice when they showed up cheap, and usually they included the game, and they were like, I don't know, $10 or so. So this is one of them, and this is the only one that's exploded that I found so far. But now I gotta go through my whole collection and see if any other Super Nintendo games are exploded. So let's just get into it. Not the usual kind of video I do, but I think I'm just gonna start doing videos when I work on things, because I'm always taking on these random little projects. Get in there with the pair of snips and just cut it off. And as you could see, yeah, that is where it was leaking. It was leaking all around the seal on the button cell. So that's fun. So what should I do first? Should I try and desolder? I think I'm going to try and clean first. For cleaning these little circuit boards, I have this thing, which is a ultrasonic cleaner. Now I do have a bigger one, but I don't like to use that on these really small circuit boards. Alright, so I got enough alcohol in there. I'm using the 91%. Now, let me set it. I want to put the heat on too. You can kind of see those little bubbles sort of bubbling up. And I'm just gonna let this run. Alright, so it's going through a couple of cycles on each side, and let's see what we're left with. It's definitely looking a whole lot better than it was, but now I gotta take this and just start scrubbing. I will say there's a little bit of rust under that diode, and so what I'm going to do next is take my desoldering iron and just remove it. So I'm going to reflow all these connections first. Okay, so I went through it, cleaned up as much as I could. I actually desoldered this, cleaned up underneath of it, put it back in, replaced this resistor, this diode. Diode's a little bit different, but it's got the same voltage drop. It's close enough. Two capacitors, I replaced both of them. This one actually had one of the legs, had corrosion all up it, and it looked like it was starting to leak out electrolyte, so I replaced that. Replaced this one too, may as well. Other than that, just cleaned up the solder connections on the back. Only thing I need now is a battery holder, but let's see if it works first. I do still need to do a final clean and get the rest of that flux off. But before I get it soaked in rubbing alcohol again, let me set up the TV and the Super Nintendo. We'll see if it boots. Alright, moment of truth. There's the board that I've just fixed. Let's see if it works. Super Nintendo chips usually go towards the back of the machine if you're putting it in without the case, but you could always just double check. On the back of the case, I got my mouse hooked up. There's the music, and there's the load screen. And it works. You can draw to your heart's content again. Was it worth putting the time into it? Probably not, but save it from getting thrown away. Let's see if the music app works. Yeah, if you see any weird, like, skipping and lines through the screen, that's not the console, that's this TV. The thing is horrible. It's the only LCD I had with a S-video input. So, well, that's pretty much it. I mean, what's left to do now? That'll be very interesting for a video. I gotta clean the whole back case for it and solder in a replacement battery socket to go onto the board, so then you could easily swap CR2032. There's a bunch of videos on it, and there's no point in me doing that on camera. So that's it. I mean, I got it working. I'm gonna have to go through the rest of my Super Nintendo library, see if I have any other that have a leaking battery. But definitely, if you have any, check to make sure the battery's not leaking. I would definitely suggest getting them out before it's too late, because I was able to save this, but this was basically at the limit because none of the traces were really messed up. I mean, you can get to a point where you're running magnet wire all over the place to fix traces, but anyway, thanks for watching. Major Chip, signing out.